When the sun's out, it looks like it's going to be spring. Walking through the yard today, I happened to notice this lawn and garden sculpture I did back in 2008 for a video. And I was noticing how well it pivots. Now, I remember back in 2008, I was going to grease that every year so it would, be nice and smooth. Well, I forgot about that. But even without greasing it, it still has a very smooth movement. And I was so pleased because I came up with something that didn't require bearings or anything complicated. Something that you could just go to the hardware store and get the pieces that you needed. So in this video, I'm showing the two different pieces that will allow your lawn and garden sculpture to rotate. So it's spring. You might want to do something like this for your yard for spring, summer, and fall.
A quick review here so that you and I are on the same page. This is the 1/2 inch steel rod that goes in the ground and supports the sculpture. These are the two 1/8 inch pieces for hammering the 1/2 inch steel rod into the ground. These are the two coupling nuts, one large and one small, brazed together. At the top is the 5/16 inch rod. These are the two smaller coupling nuts brazed together. So what we have is a 1/2 inch steel rod going into the two coupling nuts, the large brazed to the small with the Allen screws, then the 5/16 inch rod, and then going into the two coupling nuts that were brazed together earlier that are attached to the sculpture. Now these are pieces of 1/2 inch steel rod, 3.5 inches long. As you can see, I've drilled a 5/16 inch hole in each of these. What I'm doing first here is drilling a pilot hole. This hole is going to end up being 5/16 inch in diameter. So I'm using a 1/8 inch drill here, just as a pilot hole. Now I have the 5/16 inch drill bit in. Now here's the 5/16 inch hole. You can see how well centered that is. This doesn't have to be perfect, but in this case I did a pretty good job of getting it centered in there. Now we'll attach the 3.5 inch rod with the 5/16 inch hole to a longer 1/2 inch rod that is going to go in the ground. The length of the rod on the left, the 1/2 inch rod, is dependent upon the height that you want your finished lawn and garden sculpture to stand, and also somewhat dependent upon the type of soil that you're going to be putting it in. As you can see, I've ground down the ends of the 1/2 inch rod so that I can braze them together to give more holding power. Again, using the prismatic jaws, put the two pieces, the long rod and the 3.5 inch rod, in the prismatic jaws, tighten them down so that they're square, and then braze them together. Once you have it brazed on one side, let it cool for 20, 30, 40 seconds, and then turn it around and braze it from the other side. Now, an alternative to brazing these two pieces together, this is a 3.5 inch piece with the 5/16 inch hole in it. So instead of brazing these together, you got a piece of pipe like this that would fit down over here. Then drill a couple holes. You've got a tap and die set. You can tap these out, Go to your hardware store and get some Allen screws. Makes a very strong coupling.